Alright, moving to the back here where the majority of the dirt has collected, and I have to say that this is one of my favorite parts about detailing. It's getting to use my pressure washer and blast the dirt off a vehicle, mostly because it makes such a huge difference and the vehicles look instantly clean. Unless of course the vehicle has carpeted wheel well liners, then it's not so fun. So what this stuff does is safely dissolve those iron particles that are stuck to the paint, and after spraying some on and letting it sit for about 5 minutes, it's going to react with any iron and turn purple. So as you can see, there was quite a bit all over this car. Then I'll get it quickly rinsed off because, like I mentioned in a previous video, this stuff smells incredibly bad and exactly like raw sewage, and it does take a bit of time to get the paint clean again because it's had a chance to drip down into all the crevices, and definitely it really sticks to the paint a little bit, so you need a strong blast of water to get it all removed. Alright, so with a few ounces of my regular car wash soap in the foam cannon mixed with water, I'll spray on some nice thick foam to help loosen any remaining dirt on the vehicle, and then go around with a boar's hair detail brush and use it around all the emblems, door handles, and behind the gas door, all the places my wash mitt would miss. Alright, so with the outside nice and clean, it's time to start on the interior, and the first thing to do is always to remove any of the customer's personal items that were left behind, along with any garbage, and of course the bag full of hockey pucks that, every Canadian drives around with. Alright, so with the carpets vacuumed, I can get started on cleaning some of these dirty spots where the floor mats didn't quite cover, and I know I've seen a few comments asking why I don't clean the interior trim before starting on the carpets, and I think seeing the drill brush in action here should answer that question. It definitely has a tendency to fling solution all over the place, so in the interest of not having to repeat work, carpets are always the first thing I start on after vacuuming. So for any of you who are curious as to what my process is when using the extractor, it's pretty simple in that I do my first few passes while spraying on hot water and will watch to see the color of the water coming up. And if it's dirty or there's still solution coming through, I'll either make more passes or I'll add more solution and use the drill brush again. Then once I see the water coming out clear, I'll switch to just extracting to get them as dry as I can. And in terms of how long it takes for the carpets to dry, it's usually only a couple of hours, as I'll have the heater in the garage running and all the vehicle doors open. Now for this driver's side mat, after making a few passes with the extractor, I could still see a ton of dirt that was trapped down in the fibers that really wasn't budging. So I decided to pressure wash it to save myself some time, because I could have sat there for an hour making passes on that mat and still missed some of the dirt. Fortunately, the pressure washer is able to blast it all out pretty easily. Here's all the dirty water pulled from these carpets and the floor mats, along with a little bit of sludge at the bottom. Gross. So on the driver's door here, the armrest is super dirty. So instead of scrubbing just with the towel, I'm using the steamer to help loosen that dirt, and it's able to get this clean in a fraction of the time. And that's really the beauty of having a tool as versatile as this McCulloch steamer is. You can use it in so many different ways around the entire vehicle, and it makes quick work of any kind of dirt or grime. I would highly recommend giving this steamer a look if you're in the market for one. The link is down in the description if you're interested. Moving down to the pedals, and after spraying on some APC diluted 4:1, which is heavy strength, I'll blast them with some steam and the stiff brush attachment. And because these pedals had so many little rocks stuck in the grooves, I grabbed my carpet brush, which made it a little bit easier to get into the grooves to get them out. Alright, turning to the leather, and one thing that's nice about this vehicle is that the seats almost fold flat, which allowed me to get into the crack better. There was a fair bit of grime that had accumulated down there, so I use a horsehair brush to agitate the leather cleaner and then simply wipe it down with a dry microfiber towel. Alright, so to finish off the decontamination of this paint, I'm spraying on some quick detailer to act as lubricant and then rubbing some detailing clay gently across the paint, and it's going to easily pick up any surface bonded contaminants like the tar, iron particles, or other road grime that might be left on this paint. Now with the paint perfectly clean, I'll apply a synthetic paint sealant to really give this car some gloss. So using my polisher with the speed set to about 2 to 3 and a finishing pad, I'll apply a nice thin layer, and then about 15 to 20 minutes later, simply wipe off the residue with a dry microfiber towel.